Hello. I'm doing a recording today of me just playing through the Ashes of the Damned Easter egg solo. I thought it would be a good idea just to kind of show how I like to go through it. I have a pretty consistent completion rate solo. This is obviously post-nerf and everything. Never got a chance to fight it pre-nerf. But with that being said, I've helped a few people through it, just on like Reddit and stuff, so I have been able to complete it co-op and like carry people through it. But I will say that like the boss fight especially, some of the stuff sucks on solo, but the boss fight especially is a lot easier on solo than it is in co-op. But I do have just some fun tips and tricks throughout. I also thought it'd be cool to just do a full recording of me genuinely playing through it. Might edit some stuff out, but for the most part should be a pretty straightforward just recording of me going through it. I don't use gobblegums. Feel free to use gobblegums. I just don't have a ton. I didn't play Black Ops 6, so don't have anything carried over. For the field upgrade, I always start off with Toxic Growth, mostly just because you can get the plants to drop you some good stuff in the starting area. Also, it doesn't really matter what weapon you want to bring in. Ideally something that can hit longer range. Maybe don't bring a shotgun in, but you can adjust as needed. So we'll go ahead and get started as soon as the game lets me. Also, there's two steps that I do use a guide for. It's mostly just the Pigpen cipher stuff. I'll just look up like an image of like, oh, this means this, that kind of thing. I'd recommend doing that. I use the IGN one because it's the only one I've used so far, and they've got good pictures on there, but shouldn't really need the guide for much else unless you're still learning the steps, so. Alright, so initially starting off, I'm sure y'all know you can crouch and like melee this to get some stuff every round. Not always good stuff pops out, but you can get like free perks. That's not a bad idea. I'll spend probably the first like 6 or 7 rounds here just trying to get my weapon pack-a-punched and a better rarity from the plants. But initially, I need to charge up my field upgrade. So you do get field upgrade charge from the purple-eyed zombies that spawn to mess up the plant. So I'll get those going too, just to get the extra kills to charge the field upgrade a little bit faster. And then also, any scrap and things like that that you can get in the meantime is always going to be beneficial, so. You can also use your knife at this portion. I do know that there's kind of like an issue though, that if you get a critical kill with the knife, it won't charge your field upgrade, so that's always awkward. If you ever find another gun that you'd rather use and it's already a higher rarity, it's not a bad idea either. Like I might grab that carbon, but I am kind of working on this gun at the moment, so I might just stick with it. Bonus points. Get this going in the meantime. Might pull out my knife, just go for like body shots. Yeah, I'm not sure if that charges. If you get the headshot kill. But you can save some ammo and stuff, so it's always nice. Deserter, zealot, scourge, sovereign, pure. That's not working yet. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. I don't know what's up with that. Go ahead and call me Warden. So we're getting pretty good points and stuff too from doing this. It's always pretty nice. Might have been worth saving that. I don't know if I'll finish charging by the end of this round, but.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think it was cuddle time?
So I'll try and put like timestamps to the video after I upload it so that you don't have to watch this intro portion, because it's pretty boring. It's just waiting for your field upgrade to charge. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that, Vulture Aid. I actually really like Vulture Aid in this.
But I got
Especially if you're doing like the relics and stuff where you don't get the power-ups anymore. It's really good. With the wonder weapon of the map, you just kind of never run out of ammo. It's pretty ridiculous.
He's gonna wish he kept Tank Dempsey on a shorter leash.
Alright, so we're pretty close here. Alright, so we got that. Spray it. My aim is ass. Ignore that. Hopefully we'll get an Aether weapon or an Aether tool or a Pack-a-Punch crystal from it. If not, you just push to the next round and try again. I don't think I got anything. Also earlier on, you can be on the lookout either for like an axe or, well, ideally an axe. You can also get perks from this too, which is always nice.
Son of a bitch, cut off his head and shit in his fucking hat. Do something about that breath, why don't you?
Alright, so raw Ethereum, that'll put us at Pack-a-Punch 1. Obviously pretty good. Might do one more round, just try to upgrade the rarity of the gun so we can save our scrap for other things, and by other things I mean monkey bombs. That's about it. Monkey bombs aren't super necessary, but I think they're like the earlier thing that you can unlock compared to like the decoy grenade would also work, but you have to be pretty high level. And again, you don't actually need monkey bombs. I just like to have them for certain steps later on. That can be good for the boss fight as well. Please, tool, give me a tool. No tool. Sad day. Perk though. It was hidden. Got melee macchiato, that's actually pretty nice. So, normally I'll buy melee macchiato like right off the bat when we get to, was it Blackwater Lake? I just call it cabin. Because you do need it for the Easter egg later on. But, still cool to get. Saves us money. But, we need the stun still. So, I like to load in with the stun grenades just for the Cloud Step, because you have to hit them with stuns to wake them up. If I don't get tool here, I'm probably just going to move on, and I can upgrade the rarity of the gun with scrap. It's not a huge deal. Another raw Ethereum. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll Pack-a-Punch the knife just for shits and gigs. So in theory, at this point, like, I'm gonna end up switching the field upgrade over to Aether Shroud. The augments I have on that are mostly just the one where you get 2 charges, and I think it lasts longer. It's always helpful.
Just don't make me rip out your smart-ass circuit.
But I might hold on because I'm pretty close to another charge here. There we go. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that over here just once more. Alright, so we've got one left. Hopefully this will just pop. Man, we really got unlucky with ethereal tools. Oh well. Is what it is. We'll move on. Alright, so I'm sure most of you know at this point it's pretty obvious for this map, but you melee that ground thing there, you can put Ted's head into the truck, and now we can drive. I always go out this way first. No reason specifically, I guess, but there's some stuff to grab over here, so I'll kind of talk about that as I go through it. I'll usually go out of my way early on. Well, not even just early on. I'll go out of my way pretty much all the time to hit the green things because you get essence and scrap from them. One quick thing to talk about, I'll hop out right here. There's this plant right here. You can pick that up. There's an Easter egg at the diner where if you collect 3 parts, there's multiple parts scattered throughout the map, you can get a free perk. I always just get speed cola, mostly just because it's kind of on the way of the stuff I'm already doing. So we'll continue to grab those parts and I'll talk about them as they come up. Once we're here, we're just going to go ahead and get power restored per usual, without dying preferably. So we'll get this open. You can lay down in front of perk machines just to grab some extra points. It's only 100 points, but it kind of adds up, I guess.
Oh yeah, tank train coming through. Hope they're still on light bulbs.
Alright, so the only other thing that you absolutely have to grab here before leaving is over here. You've got a little spore canister. Starting off the Easter egg, you're kind of doing a lot of different things at once. One of the things is getting serum parts. So this is for a serum part. It's not the serum part, but you do need it to get one. So make sure you grab that. I would buy Melee Macchiato here personally. You should have the points for it. I got it for free, luckily, so obviously I didn't buy it this time. But I'll usually buy it there just so I don't have to come back for it later when I'm doing the lightning step later on. You'll see what I mean. I'm not a huge fan of like this Easter egg requiring certain perks, but it's not like a huge deal, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So, when we get here, we'll come up here. We will open this door. We'll come grab this peanuts or whatever it's supposed to be. That's another part for the speed cola at the diner. And we'll just get power turned on per usual. Alright. Okay. So the other thing I'll do while I'm here, after turning on power, is I'll just go grab jugs. Because it's nice to get early on like this. You should have a decent amount of points from staying in the first area, just for safety. Come down here, buy it, lay in front of it, get the hell out.
That is a damn good knock.
Alright, so the big thing to remember to do before going to the diner, and I'll probably just be driving to these places, mostly because it saves points, but you can also use the jump pads if you want to like go faster, basically. But the big thing is, make sure you actually put the Pack-a-Punch on Tessie, because if you don't, the cook will not spawn at the diner to get the next Tessie upgrade part. I know that probably makes a lot of sense in hindsight, but initially when I was doing this Easter egg, I think the first time I tried, I ended up not upgrading, and then I think I sat at the diner for like 15 rounds, like why is this key not dropping, before I realized I didn't have the Pack-a-Punch on the truck, and that's probably why. So drive to the diner, hit green things on your way. That's good to know that that's there. We'll hit that purple mushroom on the way back. At some point you're going to have to find a purple mushroom. It doesn't really matter which one, but we know that one's there for sure. So we have a new round starting. I'm going to... Last piece you need is the sugar packet, and then you can make the speed cola. Oh, shit. So we've got a Ravager right now. I'm going to turn on this trap. One of the serum pieces is Ravager Eyes. The only way to get that is by killing a Ravager with a trap. It's pretty easily done during a Ravager round, obviously, and you can wait. But sometimes, if I have the points and I'm like before another Ravager round, I'll just get it knocked out as soon as possible. Shouldn't really run into too many issues with points as we go through this. We'll kind of see. It depends. Oh, that's funny. Guy's just laying under it. Doesn't look like the chef or the cook spawned yet. I don't see the key. Sometimes I feel like you have to wait for a round to roll over here, and then it'll like almost be guaranteed to spawn on the next round. Oh yeah, the other thing we need to grab while we're here. Make sure you grab the combat axe. Oh yeah, I got Vulture Aid for free too. That's always pretty nice. That was the cook right there. So he dropped the key. Oh my goodness. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Get some! Get some!
Nice. Might give the plants like one more shot once we get to the farm. We'll kind of see. Anyways, take the key, come over to this freezer. You get the abomination carcass from in here, and then you can go back to Ashwood and put that on the car. I currently don't have it on the car yet, so can't do the mushroom, but I might just... Yeah, I'll probably go and install it and then come back for that mushroom just like right off the bat, so I don't forget to do it later. And there's multiple spawns, they're just not all guaranteed, so you'll kind of see them on the roads in between the locations, but it doesn't always spawn in specific spots, so sometimes it's nice to just do the first one you see. So we'll get that put on. The one thing, obviously, is exiting the car in the fog is dangerous. You kind of get fucked up pretty quick. So, at least with the purple mushroom, what I like to do is I'll wait till I see the item that I want drop before I actually, like, get out of the car. Because it doesn't drop immediately. You've got other stuff that'll drop first. So start blasting. Don't miss, ideally. Okay, so now I can see it on the ground. It's that yellow thing. I'll grab that, and I'll get back in the car, ideally before I die. Sometimes you hop out of the car and just get fucked up in like 2 seconds. It's not fun. I don't know if there's a good strategy for it. I mean, I might have just killed every zombie that was left this round. I wasn't expecting him to be out there. Anyways, once that's all said and done, we'll drive over to farm. Said going out of our way to hit green things. Sometimes you can get a double spawn down here, like so. Sometimes on the way to farm, one of the purple mushrooms can be like right there. That one kind of sucks to hit. You really have to line that one up because stuff blocks it. But at farm, you'll hop out, you'll put that canister of spores in the horse carcass right there. Super gross, I know. And then that actually has to like incubate for multiple rounds. So it's one of those things that we'll kind of have to come back to. It's also a thing you can kind of just wait at the farm until it happens, because you can wait for like another Ravager round to get the eyes and all of that good stuff. The zombie right there. There's a lot of just like zombies chilling around here that you can kill. Alright, so we're gonna get power on.
Now, less cleaning, more killing.
Got a crawling zombie. Another part that we can get while we're here is with the throwing axe, you're going to hit this zombie's leg. That's going to come off. And now you need a Molotov, which I think one actually just spawned right here, which is really lucky. If you don't get one to drop like that, what you can do is craft one right here if you're a high enough level. If you aren't a high enough level, feel free to go back to the garage at Ashwood. There is a Molotov just kind of chilling out there. Like right outside of the garage. So, anyways, throw the Molotov on the leg. And that's gonna burn that shit up. And once it's done burning, you can get another one of the serum pieces. It is human bones. It's the foot. Very good. So the other thing I like to do here is, because you need the Wisp Tea perk in order to do the Easter egg. So if you come up to this TV and you just keep interacting with it, I think it's 6 clicks. Sometimes you can get a rhythm. You'll kind of hear it clicking as you do it. Oh, maybe it's 7. No, it's a lot more than that. You'll see these 2 ghost girls pop up. Just stare at the TV. You'll get some weird audio distortion, and then it'll go back to static. You'll interact again. Obviously on solo, you're going to get your ass whooped. Luckily I have a crawler, so it's not as bad. But definitely just go ahead and like lead him around. Okay, please work. There we go. Okay, so now you'll see one has disappeared. You have to go find her. She'll be down in the basement. And she'll just be playing tic-tac-toe. You don't really have to do, you can just look at her really quick and then run away. You don't have to stay by. She'll dip out. Now we can go back to the TV. You're going to have a lot of weird whispering in your ears, especially if you're wearing headphones like I am. So now you'll stare at the TV for a while again until it goes back to static. I'm going to try and get the zombie to just fuck right off, potentially. That would be really nice. Alright, cool. He came down. He might just hop back up. But please do the thing. Alright, so they've both disappeared. Once they've both disappeared, you're just going to come back by the jump pad. Like back in this corner. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie. You'll hear some noises. They'll drop some goodies. One of them is the Wisp Tea can. Yay, we got the Wisp Tea for free. Isn't that exciting? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the jump pad to go and spawn in Klaus at the first location, Janice Tower Plaza. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. My Wisp might kill this zombie. That would be unfortunate. Maybe he'll stay away. While you're jumping over there, you can pause and like, oh, that was a bad pause. And see, there's 3 symbols. There's like one on that roof, one on that roof, and then there's one right here that my gun is blocking. However you want to do it, if you want to like pause and take a picture of your screen, it's just good to memorize these. So I have naming conventions that I use. So like that's Omega for me. I call that Pokeball, and I call that Triangle, obviously. So Omega, Pokeball, Triangle. I'll just repeat that in my head and hopefully not forget it, because it's going to be a little bit before I need to use that. What did I say? Omega, Pokeball, Triangle, something like that. So you'll come back over here. You're going to run up to this container right here. Uber Klaus is going to pop out of it, or whatever his name is. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to take the jump pad back to the farm. Hopefully that zombie isn't going to die. I'm going to switch my fire mode to burst. I had it on single. Omega, Pokeball, Triangle. God, I hope I don't forget that. There is a free insta-kill power-up here. There's a little skull. If you shoot the skull, you'll get the insta-kill. It makes killing Uber Klaus a lot easier. Especially if you already have a pack-a-punch gun. I haven't upgraded the rarity, so it kind of sucks at the moment. Also, if you can get napalm on your gun, it just melts him. This wasn't the best example of that. It's normally not that hard of a fight. Also, if you accidentally end the round like that, it's totally fine. That really hurt. Anyways, he'll drop that, which is great. Again, we don't really care about ending the round because we do have to wait some rounds anyways for the mushroom to spawn. But in the meantime, you can go back to Ashwood.
Later, losers.
I should have just driven back there. That probably would have been smarter. But now that we have the free Wisp Tea, we need to spawn a Wisp and get it inside of this mirror. This can be done at any point. I'll just kind of do it right now because I have to pass rounds anyways for that mushroom to spawn in. So you kind of just kill zombies. I'll usually just kind of kill them around here so that once it spawns in, I'm pretty close to that mirror anyways. Is that a max armor? That would be pretty nice right now. Probably go back to single fire, maybe.
Max armor.
You're going to want to buy all the armor at some point. I usually just hold off for a bit so I can do other things with my points in the meantime, but...
Let's fucking go.
Did this spawn in yet? I wasn't paying attention. There is a cooldown on it, so... that portion is kind of unfortunate. Also, we can wake up Klaus, but... kind of want the car. I shouldn't have jump headed over here. I should have drove over here. That's on me. We'll go back and get it though. There we go. We got the Wisp. So once the Wisp spawns, just run in here. He'll just fly into the mirror. Doesn't matter which version of the Wisp you have. I just got myself into a corner. That's really funny. Anyways, once we get the Wonder Weapon, we'll have to come back and shoot that, but that's a tale for another time. We'll go ahead and get that opened up for right now. I have the points. I think I'm going to buy the first level of armor. Again, doesn't really matter when you do it. Just matters that you do it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to... You can teleport. You can also summon the car. Summoning the car costs 1,000. It's kind of expensive. I might actually just teleport and then drive back to save me the 500 points. Because either way, I was going to have to spend 500 on the jump pad, so not a huge deal. So again, if you're trying to be super quick about it, feel free to teleport it. Feel free to just drive back in the first place and not have to waste money like I did. TED trials will pop up. You can also do those if you'd like, if you want the rewards for them. There's some pretty good stuff in there. I probably won't be doing anything like that for this recording, but it's an option. Alright, so we've got that chip from Klaus. Put it in there. Dempsey's talking about eating donkey ass, which is great. That's exactly what I want in my videos. Probably just going to leave one zombie. Cool. Alright, so you have to hit Uber Klaus with 2 stuns. From what I've noticed is the stuns just like physically have to connect with him. So I'll usually throw him in like that. That didn't work at all. I've got 2 more, so let's run this zombie back outside and try again, I guess. Still got 2 from max ammos and stuff, so could be worse. Yeah, it's not so much about where the stun explosion lands, I've noticed. It kind of does seem to be mostly about like whether or not they physically connect to him as you throw him. So if you've done it right, you'll see those little sparks go around his head. He's automatically going to be summoned now. And what we're going to be doing now is driving to the Cosmodrome, which is over here. You can see the big tower bent over. And we're going to be going to get this canister. But you do need the car for this. So I'll just drive over instead of wasting money like I did before. You can park right here. You're going to get this open. You're going to see this electrical panel. Sometimes there's a zombie in front of it. This time there wasn't. You go ahead and summon Klaus to the panel. He'll hit that. This is kind of best done on a round transition. So after you interact with the panel, you need to stand in this circle till the bar fills up. If you're playing on Cursed, you won't see a bar, because you don't really have a HUD. But you just need to stand in it until it fills up. Klaus will help protect you. Sometimes Klaus will push you out of it, and it's really obnoxious. If that happens, just order him away. Alright. Yeah, see, if you do it on a round transition like that, you only have to deal with the purple spawning zombies. You don't have to deal with, like, round zombies, which can make that much more difficult. So, now that we have this, we need to go and install it in all 3 of the power generators that we turned on earlier. And it will just charge up for a bit, and once it finishes charging up, you'll have to grab it and then quickly bring it to the next one. While you're physically carrying it, you can't sprint, so be careful with that. You don't want to get cornered too easily. So like right now, that's as fast as I can go. I can't full on sprint. So purple-eyed zombies will also spawn while you're doing this. you can just run trains. You don't have to kill anything. You can try and thin, like, I'll try and thin some, like, regular-eyed zombies while I'm doing it, because right now you've got a full wave. And you kind of want to bring those numbers down just a little bit. I'm going to have to upgrade the rarity of this. This thing sucks. So yeah, we are now on a timer to get to the next one. It's a pretty generous timer. So if you just get in the car and drive to the next one, there's very little possibility of you screwing up the timer on this step, because it'll reset every time you fully charge it, so it's not a big deal. I'll come over to Blackwater Lake first, mostly just because you want to finish at the farm because you have to deliver it to the basement of the farm, so that's mostly why.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go full burst just because of how bad this gun's doing at the moment. Sometimes in the first area you can get like double tap purple like right off the bat and you're kind of just gross for the rest of the run. Alright, so grab that. Drive through spawn. It might be quicker to go back through Ashwood to get to the farm. I don't really know which way is faster. My truck is normally just facing this way, so I'll go through like the Janus Tower Plaza or whatever, the spawn location instead, because it's easier than turning the truck around. And then you can open this door over here too, which is nice. You'll probably have some unpicked up green things because you haven't driven this way yet. There's a purple mushroom back there. You can continue to pop those open. They do drop some good stuff. I generally won't, just because I don't like going out in the fog for anything unless I have to, but it is what it is. So I'm really going to try and thin numbers here, because ideally I just leave like one zombie for the next step. I'm also like out of ammo, which isn't ideal.
Where can I trade us in for a cold beer?
Alright, so we're gonna walk this downstairs. Vulture 8 is keeping me alive. Alright, so you just have to walk it next to this, and then you're good. You're no longer on a time limit, which is pretty helpful. I'm gonna try really hard not to die down here. I don't know how many zombies there are, but it's pretty easy to get fucking trapped down here. Oh yeah, after you do the Wisp step too, the girls will continue to pop up, and they'll just drop some stuff for you, which is pretty nice of them. Alright, I would like... I'm gonna have to buy ammo. I'm gonna buy ammo. I'm also probably going to push my gun up to blue. And again, you can get napalm if you'd like. Alright, so down here, those three symbols that we saw, we're gonna input on this box. Armored zombies deal way more damage than regular zombies. Same with heavy zombies, they deal way more damage. I can probably just single burst fire this again. Anyways, I had... Excuse me. I had Pokeball was one of them. That should be that one. I'm gonna get this zombie out of here. I don't feel like getting smacked up. Don't need to lose the armor. Yeah, in solo this can be a little more annoying to do, obviously, because a lot of these steps you're going to have a zombie hitting you from behind while you're trying to do, and that can always be really frustrating. Alright, so we also had Omega, and then Triangle. So you'll just interact with it until it changes, and then once you're ready, you go ahead and do this. The Wonder Weapon will pop out, you can interact with it, and you're going to start like a weird little lockdown. It's mostly a tutorial. This thing's going to shoot out green orbs. We'll shoot the orbs with the spikes. And then you reload to recall the spikes, and that'll break the orbs. You have to break like 6 of them, and then you'll get that flash, and now you can leave. While that's going on, you cannot leave that circle, so that's why I will generally do it when there's only 1 zombie left in the wave, because otherwise you're going to have a bad time. So now that we've got the Wonder Weapon, I like to pack a punch the Wonder Weapon, more or less right off the bat. It can be pretty helpful. Let's check on the Mushroom. Okay, so Mushroom still isn't ready, which means we need to progress through rounds still, so we're going to do that. Because yeah, at this point, you more or less, you just need the Mushroom and the White Dust, and we will go and get the White Dust after the Mushroom is ready. Also shoot these zombies for extra points if you want. I had a feeling it was going to be a max ammo round. I'm so glad I just spent money on ammo. Alright, Mushroom's ready though, so that's always a good sign. Alright, so we got the Mushroom. We're going to drive back to Ashwood. So you can see up here on the serum, we're missing 2 spots. One of those is the White Dust, or whatever it's actually called, I don't know, but that's what we're about to go grab. And the other one is from Azursa, the bear. There's the possibility that we don't need that part, and we'll kind of talk about that in just a second. But first, I'm going to run up here, go to the mirror. So after you've led the Wisp into the mirror, you can shoot it with the Wonder Weapon, and it'll drop this dust. Cool. We got the dust. So now we've got... There it goes. Now we've got the stuff. We got the goods. Okay. So, after you've got all of these parts, and I'd recommend getting all of these parts prior to doing this, you're going to go back to the Cosmodrome. So we'll drive there. Remember, I always go out of my way for these just because good point economy is like always important in Easter eggs. You want as much points as you can get all the time, so you don't have to worry about stuff. So I'm going to leave a zombie this round. I'm still burst firing. That's fine now. So get some more points here. Okay, so the Wisp can be a little annoying. You only need it for the 1 step, and it will murder zombies. There's an augment where it can like hold the last zombie for you, and I think that's pretty sick. I haven't augment researched it enough to get that. But the cooldown's also pretty long on it, so hopefully it'll just go away and not kill all the zombies. You can also try and run away from the zombies so that it doesn't murder them all immediately. Alright, so it killed one of those 2. It looks like it's gone. Good enough. Alright, so we've got 2 zombies left. You can also just leave one if you're worried about it. We need to come over here. We need to open this. And in here is where all of your serum ingredients went. You're going to hit the White Dust, and that's going to create this powder. I am going to get this guide open so I have the pictures ready. Alright, so with the guide, what's going to happen here is there's going to be 3 words that pop up. That's the Pigpen Cipher stuff. And it can be any of the... Hey, we didn't need bear. Okay, so again, I would pull up the guide, set up your pause menu so it's not in the fucking way of all the words. Looking at the guide, I can see that the top one, because you need to interact with these in the order that they're listed. And again, you only need 3 out of the 5. The problem with needing the bear limb is that a bear does not spawn until round 16. I think there's a side Easter egg you can do to get the bear to spawn before round 16. But in order to get the final piece, you have to kill a bear with the laser that you've attached to the front of the car. So if it pops up and you do need the bear piece for this, just kill zombies here until you're at round 16. Weaken the bear when he shows up. to like 20-ish% health and then use the laser on them to kill them, you'll get that final piece. But what I need right now, I need eyes. I need conch horde husk chunk. That's from the mushroom. I'm pretty sure the purple mushroom. So, anyways, I need eyes. I need to hit the conch thing, and I need to hit the actual mushroom. So eyes, conch, mushroom. So I'm going to interact with eyes. I touched the wrong thing. That's really funny. Alright, well, I think we have to pass around to try again. Pretty sure. Let me just fail it. I've never failed this. That's really funny. So here's what happens when you fail it. That's really funny. We could have been progressing so early. Oh well. We're going to kill. Oh, you know what? Actually, in the meantime, I'm going to switch my field upgrade, though. So I should have switched to Aether Shroud a while ago. I like to try and get a couple of charges of it ready for the next step. But we'll do this again next round. I'm going to come and craft some monkeys now because I've got the scrap for it. And I'm also going to want those for the next step. So if you don't suck like I do and interact with those wrong, we would be on to the lockdown step. But I'm going to have to leave a zombie again, so. It's a good, I could show off the Wonder Weapon at least right now. For those of you who aren't aware, base Wonder Weapon, you can just shoot and recall the bullets. It's pretty strong like that. Once you've pack-a-punched it, they become like landmines, so you can do that, and it's pretty strong. It's really strong, actually. But you don't have to use the Wonder Weapon, you can just use your gun if you're trying to work on camos or whatever. Just leave a zombie. I'm a little worried. I'm going to spawn a Wisp. Yep, okay. Please, Wisp, have mercy. Have mercy. I don't know how long this Wisp is going to last for, but I'm going to try and make sure he doesn't kill every single zombie. I'll usually try to not leave armored zombies because they do a lot of damage. Wisp, go away. Alright, I don't think these have changed. No, they haven't. Alright, I already forgot. I think it was eyes, chunk, mushroom. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead. Eyes, chunk, mushroom. You'll interact with this. Your health is gonna drain down to like 20% when you start this. 75 HP. This can be a little dangerous. I'll just come stand in this corner with the Wonder Weapon. And as long as you're kind of shooting them towards the spawns that they come from, when you go to reload, they'll come back and kind of kill them on the way back to you too. So, I don't think this part is all that hard. I used to like save toxic plants for this too, because it also makes it really easy to survive this if you're missing shots or whatever, but it's genuinely pretty easy to just do it this way. And the nice part about the Wonder Weapon is it will like heal you up as you kill things, so you're not permanently stuck at that. Okay, so now that we've done that, more or less the keys have spawned in. There's 3 keys. I actually want armor for this. I've only got 1 charge of Aether Shroud, but I do have 2 monkeys, so this will probably be fine. So, armor is here. I would recommend getting 3 tiers of armor at this point, because you're going to be out in the fog for this. So there's 3 keys. And none of them are in this location, so I'll talk about it a little more as we actually get to the locations that the keys can spawn in. This step's kind of a pain in the ass. I recommend ideally having 2 things of Aether Shroud or monkeys. You really just need 3. Okay, so from exit 115 and over, we've got a couple of spawn points that can happen. Exit 115 over to Cosmodrome. It can be behind that truck. It's not there. So we're going to move on to the next spawn location. So the other spawn location can be up in this T-Rex's mouth. It's actually not there. That's fine. It's really obvious when it's there. And this is actually kind of nice because I do want to show off this one's spawn location because it sucks ass. So the T-Rex head that is on the ground is where it can spawn. It's in a really hard to spot location though. I will normally check the other two spots before I come over and just know it's here. So I'm going to pop Aether Shroud. I'm going to come over here. You can barely see it. It's right there. Shoot it. Recall it. I'm going to pick it up and then get back in the car, ideally before Aether Shroud ends. So that's the red key. Each of the keys apply you with like a debuff. This one's a pretty bad one. It drops your health kind of like that lockdown did. But you're going to come back here. You can see you're glowing all funky because you have the key. And then it's back here, kind of past the Jug's house. You'll input that there. Alright, so I've got 2 more keys I need to do. So we'll go do those. I have 2 monkeys for it. So ideally you have 2 shrouds, or Aether Shroud charges. I think Aether Shroud, especially with the extended duration, is a little bit better than this for monkeys. With monkeys, you got to be pretty quick about it. If you fail at getting any of these, it's not a really big deal to come back, craft some more monkeys, charge up your stuff. Like, take your time. There's no use in, like, rushing this Easter egg, especially if you could just go down out here. Alright, so the next key we're going to go for is the one that's in between Ashwood and the farm. One of the locations can be inside that box, back behind those barrels. Try and shoot the laser. You should see it. It's green. It glows. I actually hate if it spawns there. That one sucks. And then there's 2. The other 2 spawns are up here. So one you would be able to see through this window, which I can't. So now I know it's inside of this shipping container. So I'm going to come out. I'm going to throw a monkey like over here. Pull out the wonder weapon, and then see it's like right in there. This key sucks. You want to be kind of quick about it, because it makes you slow. Ideally, you'd park the truck a little bit closer to where you were at there. Try and park Tessie there when you come to do this, so it'll repair a bit. Yeah, you run so fucking slow with this. It's awful. If you're like mid-round on this, you're gonna have a bad time. You've got the wonder weapon to help out, but still, it's not ideal. Hopefully this Wisp doesn't end the round for us. That would not be ideal. Alright. Hopefully I don't end the round. Okay, so the last one is between Ashwood and Zariah Cosmodrome. Oh, look at that. So, you can see it up on the cliff there. It's like a yellow glowing thing. That's a pretty easy spawn. You don't even really need to drive out. You can run out. The other spawn, it can be on top of this tower. And you would see it. It's on like the right side. It'd be glowing yellow. And the last spawn would be like up on that to the left of that radio tower thing. It'd be on that roof. I'm gonna go back and get the key now. Wanted to show off all the spawns. I'm sure there's plenty of other videos out there too where people do a better job than I just did, actually showcasing like when they've spawned there. But tried my best. Alright. So I'm gonna throw another monkey to not get my ass kicked. And then shoot up there, recall it. This key's debuff isn't too bad. It just makes you pull out your melee weapon. Again, if you're not doing this mid-round, which I wouldn't recommend if you're doing this solo, not too much of a big deal there. Put the final key in, and you will get a cutscene, which I will shut up for.
Living shit.
You're
alive. I did not hope. I could not. Do not be alarmed.
Take a look in the fucking mirror, hover girl, and say that again.
Quickly. He will feel my absence. You must listen. Each of you have encountered, been touched by a great power. Something has left its mark on your beings. The warden of this place sensed it, sought you out, tore you from your dimensions, and drained you to take that essence for himself.
Sentinel artifact. Damn you, Richtofen!
While he has those parts of your souls, he has dominion over you. You cannot fight him any more than you can hope to return to your own worlds. To even try would be suicide. But for all of our sakes, he must be destroyed. There are others here. Ancient denizens of the dark ether. Shadowsmiths. They too are bound to his will, augmenting his power. He forced them to harvest your essence, to refine it into the colostrum that sustains him. These beings cannot be killed. But destroy their bonds, free them from his control, then they will return what they were made to steal.
If she says we gotta chuck a necklace into a fucking volcano, I am so out.
Find where the one that watches this place is imprisoned.
You will forgive me if I do not drop everything to do the bidding of a gigantic floating head.
Speak for yourself. We do this all the damn time.
I cannot act against him directly, but I can guide your hands. Go! Go now!
Look alive, ladies. We got some ancient evil ass to kick.
We sure do. Alright, so you're going to get this spawned on the ground. It's the Wonderwaff DG2 turret barrel. It's the final upgrade you'll get for Tessie. So we're going to go put this on the car, and then we can start the Wisp Steps. We're getting pretty close to finishing the Easter egg here. Some of these steps can be a little bit tricky solo. So, with the turret attached, I'll kind of drive and park the car right here, swap to the turret. You need to shoot this clock tower. That's going to make the clock tower light up. 3 of its faces are active. The only one that's not really active, I guess, is the one that's facing the garage, so you can ignore that. We've got 3 steps that we have to do before we can do the final Wisp Step, or whatever people want to call it. I always do Zariah Cosmodrome first, so I'm going to shoot one of these. Recall, Gauntlet turns purple. Do not shoot while it's purple, unless you're shooting at a thing you have to shoot at. We're going to hop over to Zariah Cosmodrome. These 2 spinning things, we're going to have to shoot them with the purple Gauntlet. So, we'll shoot this one. It's going to slow that down. We are going to jump back to Ashwood. And we're going to hit a different face to re-get purple. So again, you can get a purple Gauntlet up to 3 times per round. Once the round ends, you'll have to reshoot the clock tower. The purple Gauntlet also only lasts for like 90 seconds, I've heard. I don't know how long it actually is. There's not a timer on the screen for it, obviously. It's just something to keep in mind. You don't want to run around with it for too long. So I'm going to shoot this face now. I'll recall it. Hopefully the jump pad is cooled down. If not, we'll just wait. Be careful not to kill zombies with the jump pad too. If they're too close, they will die if you use it. So now we got to shoot this other one. And the zombie's in the way, perfect. Alright, so shoot that one. I'm going to get myself down to like 1 zombie here, just to make this next step easy. I should probably be careful of the Wisp. So, oh, that's not good. Alright. Anyways, these 2 monitors that I'm looking at right now are going to cycle through 6 symbols. It's Pigpen Cipher stuff again. It's going to spell out a word, and then we're going to shoot these monitors with the numbers on them to align with that word. If you want to sit here and solve it out by yourself with a pen and paper as far as what numbers you need to shoot, that's fine. I just use a picture on a guide personally. So I'm going to get these zombies away from me so I can look. Again, this is a lot easier in like group play because you can have one person just like run a zombie. I'm gonna kill this guy. Hopefully that doesn't spawn my Wisp. It did not. That's good. Alright, so looking at the monitor, got the down arrow one. I think that's probably only on one of them. It is. So the word I got is weapon. So on the monitors from left to right, I need to shoot 2240 first. I'll just do 3 at a time at first, honestly. So you'll see it cycle through, and once it lands on the number you want to shoot, you'll hit the button. I thought I put that to that. What did I say it was? 2240. Alright, so 2240, and then I got 15, 14, 13, according to the guide that I'm using. My phone screen just turned off, that's great. 15, 14, 13. That should be easy enough to remember. If you mess this up, you just have to retry it again on the next round. You'll have to reshoot those turbines, so that's not ideal. 15, 14, 13.
These maggot sacks need to have their game. I'm not even breaking a sweat.
Alright, so the zombie did die out on his own there, so the next round has started. It's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not a huge deal. Once you do that, rocket's gonna launch. Yay. We'll go back to Ashwood. You can also stick around and watch the rocket launch if you'd like. That is pretty cool on your first time. I'm not going to. So, since the round ended, I have to reshoot the clock tower to reactivate the purple gauntlet stuff. So I'll get in the car. I'll shoot that. Since the round ended, I'm once again going to get it down to like 1 zombie.
You can do the same for the Shadow Smith. This land is teeming with the more dead humans.
And the next step we'll do is the farm step. Nice.
Why mess with the classic?
I needed some armor and stuff too, so this works out. Okay, the Wisp is gonna fucking kill these zombies. Please stop. You need to go away, sir. I need you to leave these zombies alone. Stop killing them. Of course, I put like the upgraded one on so he does more damage because I'm stupid. We're gonna run far away until the Wisp despawns. Okay, he's gone. Alright, anyways, so next step is farm. You can drive there, you can jump there, but either way you're gonna need the purple gauntlet first. So, I'm gonna shoot this, I'm gonna start running over to the jump pad for farm, which is back here. Recall it to get purple gauntlet.
So this is gonna do what?
Okay, so for this step, you want to run to the house where there's that family sitting at the table. You're going to look at this clock. For me, it's pointing to 9 o'clock, so I'm going to stand to the same side. While you're standing here, this is slowly going to turn to look at you. Don't shoot. Make sure you melee. You don't want to get rid of it. Once the eyes turn red, shoot it with the purple gauntlet. Again, if a round progresses, don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll go ahead and leave a zombie again. But anyways, once you shoot that, there's going to be a bunch of... There's like 4 artifacts that spawn. So this is the route I'll take. One spawns on the bed here. There's a bear. Alright, hold on. I'm going to deal with that first, because I don't want to get trapped by a bear. So for the bear, if you just shoot like a whole clip at his feet and then explode him, it'll just fuck him up, especially this early on.
Looking for your skull. It's behind you.
That insta-kill to thin the zombies. And again, getting more points is never a bad thing, right? So, progressing through rounds too quickly or whatever. I think the first time I did this, I ended up at like round like 27 or something before I actually got into the boss fight. Oh no, the Wisp is back and we have insta-kill. That's scary. Got another full power, that's cool. Yeah, so even without insta-kill, this Wisp is fucking murdering these dudes. Dude, we're getting so many power-ups, what the hell? It'd be really nice if we got a max ammo. No. Oh, no way, we actually did miss it. Sad day.
Double points.
Alright, so we've got at least one zombie left. Okay. So, oh look, ghost girls are back. Again, they'll just kind of spawn sporadically after you've done the Wisp Step. I'm a little worried the next round is a max ammo round. I can't remember the last time we had one. And that can make this step kind of rough if that's what you end up getting. But we should be okay. So anyways, first one was here. And then I will jump out this window. I'm gonna run up here. Your next one is right here on this body bag. It's like a Jason mask. Run downstairs. You're going to be looking for this bathtub back here. Just look down here. You should grab it.
Thirsty kind of literal around here.
And then your last one is in the shed over here, just on the tool bench. So you'll grab that. Okay, so then you're going to see these red circles on the ground. You need to place them in each of these circles. And the last one's over here. Alright, so once we interact with that thing again, it's going to start like a lockdown type step where you have to defend all of those. Again, not super easy in solo because the parts are so far apart. I like to do it, at least starting off on like a round transition. So I think if we interact with the last one, yeah, you'll get this flash. And you need to defend all four. The wonder weapon's pretty good here, because again, you can like run between all of them. You can shoot them all, and then just detonate. The other thing you can do is activate that trap over there, and it can kind of mess up zombies in the meantime. So we'll probably do that. I'm going to pay 2,000 for this. It kind of helps you defend them. It's not like huge or anything, but every little bit helps for this step. See, like that guy clearly doesn't care about the trap. If it ends up being a Ravager step, this part kind of sucks, because the Ravagers will just wreck these things. But you'll see, as I get like closer to the end of the time, I will probably throw out a Monkey's Bomb, just to be safe. So like, I'll throw one out now, because it gets a little intense towards the end. And that'll probably carry us through the rest of it. You can always set some more landmines just in case, but we should be good. So again, if you do get a Ravager step, it's not the end of the world. You just want to be way more on top of defending them. You probably are going to throw out monkeys a little bit earlier because they will just wreck those relics. If one of the relics breaks, like if that health bar goes all the way down, one of the relics will have broken, and what you need to do is go and interact with it. You might have to wait till the next round to interact with it, but basically it just becomes, like, to repair it, it becomes a soul box. So you'll, like, interact with it, kill zombies next to it, it'll repair that artifact, and then you can try that step again. But hopefully you get it first try and just never really have to worry about that. Alright, so we've got a couple of zombies left. Okay, so the final Wisp Step. Did I drive here? I don't think I drove here. Oh, shit, we're super lucky. So, at exit 115, every other round, lightning will spawn there. If you don't have lightning spawned there, just wait for it to spawn there. But the final Wisp Step... I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, well... I don't want to run over this zombie on accident. I still might run over him. This turret might kill them too, and that would suck. You can obviously play it a lot more safe than that. I think the tower's already been shot this round. Oh, you know what? It probably hasn't. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so after you've shot the tower, and you've confirmed it's a lightning round, this step's probably one of the more annoying steps to do solo. Just because you're going to have to most likely go through 2 lightnings, but I'll show you how I like to do it. So, once you know there's lightning here, I would drive the truck over here after you've ensured you've shot the tower. Park it like right there, because we're going to need to ram it into this red truck once we actually start the lightning round. Make sure you've got this door opened. I'll also buy Deadshot at this point.
That's the kind of sweetie
Just because it helps in the boss fight. I'll show you what I mean once we get there. But we need to go get Purple Gauntlet. So we're going to go get Purple Gauntlet.
Should be a safety briefing.
Alright, so we'll grab this side first. Doesn't really matter which side you grab, but recall it. I've now got Purple Gauntlet. Please stop. Alright, we're going to bounce back to exit 115. Okay, so, really quickly. As soon as you get here, you're going to want to summon Klaus. He's in the garage. Give him a summon. He costs 2,000. Make sure you've got the money for it. I'll kind of run around for a bit. We're going to shoot this clock to freeze the lightning, but I'm going to run around a bit until Klaus is like closer to actually showing up and being controllable. Now is probably fine. As soon as I've done that, I'm going to run back to the truck. Open this up. Soul goes in the trucker. He's going to spawn. Klaus, please stop. You're going to put Klaus right next to this guy. So now you'll see this red zombie guy. We got to get him in the red lightning. Klaus will stomp this guy. Yellow soul goes in him. He'll spawn. He'll start following you. And now we should be able to get the yellow guy and the red guy into their corresponding lightnings before the lightning effect ends. Alright. If you have enough time, please go in your lightning. Alright, cool. If you have enough time, run into the diner. There's probably a faster way, and I'm just bad at this, but you need to pull out a weapon that is not the wonder weapon, and melee Maki out of this register. Now this lady is going to spawn, and you need to run her into blue lightning on the top of this building. So you do have to do it for all 3 zombies. The lightning obviously is on a timer. It's now stopped. So you're like, well shit, now I have to wait for the next lightning round. Well, there's a way, once per round, to force the lightning to spawn. So we've got 3 lamp posts that we need to shoot with the turret, and you're going to shoot them. You'll see this one's kind of sparking back here. They'll spark in a specific order. It's random every time. So it was that one first. After I've shot it, you've seen it's buzzing. And then the third one is this one, so you'll have to drive the car. Shoot it. And we're going to pull the car back. Also, this zombie lady is more or less immortal. And if she does die... Is this close enough? Okay, yeah, so I've shot all 3. Lightning has now come back. This lady should be immortal. So you should be okay. Go back to Ashwood. We're going to grab another Purple Gauntlet. We'll shoot the clock, and then we can just run her into the blue lightning, because she'll still be there. So, again, I'll grab this phase, because I haven't grabbed it yet. Recall. And now I'm going to go back to exit 115. If you want to make sure she's still around before you shoot it again, you can. But that shooting it again will freeze the lightning, and then she should just be chilling around here, so... If you don't see her spawning, like obviously I didn't, she should just come up here. There she is. Cool. If she doesn't, you can always run back by the register if she might have laid back down. Alright. So that'll end the round just because, again, she was the last zombie and she was kind of immortal. If you need to kill her to pass the round on, killing them like near where their lightning should be is usually the way it works, so I would try that. Alright. We've got a max ammo round, so that's not bad. Oh, thanks, Klaus. Very helpful. Was it not helpful? I don't know. I feel like you get less points from that. But whatever. Anyways, new round has started. We've got one more Wisp Step to do, and this one has to be done last. I'm going the wrong way. And this is done at Blackwater Lake, or as I like to call it, the cabin. So I want to leave a zombie again. I'm going to start off by shooting the clock so that I can get Purple Gauntlet when I'm ready to go. But again, we're just going to go through the round, leave a zombie. You're probably going to be getting Xerxes pretty consistently now. I would just use the Wonder Weapon on the Xerxes like that. Early on, we're only on round 19. It's pretty damn effective. Still, as long as you pack a punched it at least once. You don't really need double papped guns to get the Easter egg done, because the boss fight obviously is mostly done in the vehicle, or almost in solo. It's entirely done in the vehicle, if we're being honest. But alright, so we're getting pretty close to being out of zombies here. Try and pick off the armored ones at least. If you really want to thin them out a little bit easier, you've got melee macchiato at this point. The Wonder Weapon's pretty strong on melee. And almost like, did I leave an armored zombie? I probably did. That would be my luck. Anyways, so at this point what I'll do is I've already got the car set up in the direction I want to go. I'll grab Purple Gauntlet, get in the car, and we're going to haul ass to Blackwater Lake cabin area. So as soon as you get here, you're going to run all the way to the back, and you're going to interact with this Wisp that's out on the dock here. So run up, hit interact with it, whatever. And then you're going to run inside to the projector room, and you're going to shoot on this side, and you're going to see these symbols. So I know that's the back, that is the shed, that is the fishing hut, that is the front. So it was back, shed, fishing hut, front. So you're going to get 4 locations in a random order. You need to find movie reels and shoot them with the Wonder Weapon in that order. If you do it in the wrong order, you'll get like a ghost jump scare on screen. Might actually just kill this guy. Oh no, the Wisp might spawn. I should probably be careful. Anyways, the one for the back is right here by the ammo box. So you'll see it glow purple. That's important. You want to make sure it glows purple. So we had back, and then we had shed, which is this building back here. At least I'm pretty sure. I might get jump scared here. Nope, we're good. Alright, so we had back, shed. Again, shed is here. And then we had fishing hut, and then front. Fishing hut is this one over here. There is a movie reel up on this, like, railing thing. Banister, whatever you want to call it. And then we had front last. The front one is up here, and it is right there. So, if you've shot them all correctly, what'll happen is you can come into this room where the TV is and walk into this. This will open this box, and there's a whistle inside of this box. And we're going to have to go and activate Klaus to pick it up. This is the last step you do before the boss fight, so I'm going to run and grab perks that I still need, which is mostly just quick revive. Wonder Fizz isn't there. Great. I don't think I've bought enough perks. You have to buy like 4 perks, like actually buy 4 perks for it to spawn. But I mostly just need quick revive. So quick revive is really useful for the boss fight for just the health regeneration, obviously. The big things you really want is obviously like jugs. You want Deadshot Daiquiri, and you want quick revive. Those are like the big ones. If you've got those, you're probably fine to go into the boss. Bring whatever you'd like, though. Okay, so now we just need to summon Klaus, and we need to have him go pick up the whistle in that box. So summoning point is back here on the dock. Again, I'll kind of run around for a sec until I can actually like interact and or control with him. And as soon as this head pops up, we're going to have him stand in front of this box.
It's very, very
Alright, so once he's done that, and he says it's very, very light, blah, blah, blah. As soon as he's done that, you don't have to be by him anymore. So he's now going to walk down here with the whistle, and when you interact with him, you will begin kind of the final phase and then going into the boss fight. So at this point, I would recommend that you make sure the car is here. Like you've driven the car here, because you're going to need the car for the next step, and you need to start from this location in the car. So you can see he's now walked down on the dock. We'll interact with him with the interact key if you're playing on console or PC, whatever that is.
One blood-curdling solid blast coming up.
So he plays scary whistle. These spirits are going to fall around the map.
Hey, all you lost souls, Ollie fucking oxen free.
So we're going to go hop in the car, and we have to drive through these spirits that fall around the map in this order. It's really easy, honestly. So you're going to go from Blackwater Lake to Janus Tower Square. And this might be the hardest one. It's really not that hard. You just got to remember to go right, left, right. We went right, we went left, and now we're going to go right again. Ensure you're like actually running them over, because if you think you run one over and you didn't, and then you move on, it's going to fuck it up, and I think you have to maybe try again on the next round. So you'll drive straight through, and then in this next interway, you're going to see 3 more spirits again. You're going to drive through them. There's the 3rd one. This will take us to Farm. We'll drive through Farm and then go on the roadway between Farm and Ashwood. We'll have 3 more. This one can be a little tricky too, but really what you need to do is just go up the ramp. Don't go underneath, because all 3 of them are up here. So there's one right there. You're going to hang a hard right, hit that one. Hang a left, hit that one, and then you can jump off. Now, once you're back in Ashwood, you're going to flip a Yui, and then you're going to hit spirits on the way from Ashwood back to the cabin where we started. So, you got the one here, the one there, and then the final one. Now, once you hit this final one, you're in the boss fight, so just make sure you're prepared for that.
There, you beautiful bucket of bolts.
So you'll be teleported to the pyramid. If you look up, I think that starts the boss fight. You have to look up to start it. It might start on its own. I've always looked up. It seems like it waits for that. You should get teleported to the car right after it starts. So I will start off just ramming straight into him. Alright. So he started with this blanket the field kind of attack. When he does that, just keep driving in one direction. And you should be able to outrun it. He'll do that 3 times. And then he'll go back to the middle. So just keep ramming into him. You don't have to use the boost this early on. You can just go over it. I think the boost does more damage, though. So I'm going to wait for him to spawn some rockets here. He's not spawning rockets. I'm going to ram him again. Alright. Ideally, you don't really want to ram him. Okay, he's spawning rockets. So when he spawns the rockets, he's always going to spawn them in the direction the front of your car is facing. Like ahead of it, to try and like trap you. So kind of just go left and right a lot while rockets are being spawned. It's hard to explain, but he doesn't care which direction you're going necessarily. He cares which direction the front of your car is facing. Which seems weird, but also if you can hit him in this red spot, it'll do a lot of damage. But sometimes after you hit him in the red spot, he'll do that blanket attack again, so you gotta be careful about that. So yeah, see the front of my car's facing there, then it's facing there, and then it's facing there. Yep. So he's always gonna spawn him exactly where you're pointing the car, and then just in front. So if you were to just drive straight, you're probably gonna get wrecked by a lot of rockets. So the first phase, he only does rockets. Now he's going into an immune phase, so we cannot hurt him. What we need to do is a beam of light is going to fall somewhere around the map, and you need to drive into that beam of light, and then ram it into him. He hasn't dropped one yet. You can get him to drop one by ramming it into him. Sometimes it'll just spawn on its own, though. I don't like to say it's random, because I really don't think it is, but... Also, if someone's in the turret and they shoot him, I think that'll get him to spawn one. But you can't just, like, ram into him, and that's, like, gonna guarantee him to spawn one. Oh. He will still spawn rockets in this step. It's the same aiming stuff. Wherever direction you're facing is where they're gonna land. So once you got the beam, you can ram into him. I like to back up pretty far and then swap into my turret and just start blasting them. If you have Deadshot Daiquiri, this does way more damage. If you have the augments to make it do more damage, you should ideally be able to get through one of those in like a single immunity break phase. Now that's a full phase done. Once you finish a full phase, you'll get a max armor up here. I'd always recommend picking that up. He's going to start spawning rockets. He'll also spawn Reapers during this phase. So he's going to alternate between like shooting rockets and spawning Reapers. Now he's spawning Reapers. So, okay, so this is his blanket attack. Again, I'm just going to keep driving straight until all three of those are done. Continue to grab health as needed. I wouldn't recommend picking up health if you don't need it. It's better to just kind of save it. So he just spawned Reapers again, so I'm going to ram him. He's probably about to do rockets again. Yep, there they go. Alright, try and ram into this weak spot here for a lot of damage. That's a big one. That's good. So we're just going to keep doing this until we get into the immune phase again. So he just spawned Reapers, which means rockets are coming next. Here they come. And I think he does like 5 or 6 barrages of rockets when he does send them out.
You think I fight alone? I contain multitudes!
He's doing rockets again, the dickhead. Alright, for the most part, I'm just going to try and keep the car healthy as much as possible. If the car breaks, you've got Aether Shroud. At this point, I would utilize that to repair the car.
Or become like these wretches.
Also, if you see rockets spawning, don't try and ram them. Like, it might be tempting. I was just tempted right there. It's better to try and mitigate damage. Alright, so he's doing the blanket attack again. I'm just going to pick a direction and drive. Should be able to get out ahead of it.
Succumb to his will, or become like these wretches.
He's gonna be pulling that out of the grill for weeks.
And you can be more aggressive in between attacks, try and get a lot more damage off. He's shooting rockets again, so I'm going to try and dodge those. Oh, that was not ideal. Alright, so... he was still doing rockets, which is why I didn't run straight to the truck. Because they would have killed me. But we've got a full repair now, so we're feeling good. You've also got monkeys that you can use if you run out of Aether Shrouds. You get a max ammo in between each phase, so make sure you can utilize those. Nice, that was a good hit. He's shooting rockets again, so I'm just going to try and dodge those. That was a juicy hit. Might be going into immune phase now. Guess not. I think he is for sure now. Yep. So now he's back into immune phase. Same thing as before. You're going to watch out for that beam, and you're just going to drive straight for it. Just remember, you can still spawn rockets. It's okay to take a hit from 1 or 2 trying to get to the beam. And boost into him. I'll reverse a bit before I swap into turret form. Just so I can make sure I can aim high enough. Alright. So like I said, in solo, you should be able to do enough damage to end the immunity phase in one go, with the exception of the final one. The big thing with the final phase is he's just going to start charging this beam. Beam is bad. Don't let him get him off. You'll see he's charging it. To interrupt him, you need to boost into it. So if you time it just right, oh no, your boost should come back in time every time to interrupt his beam since the nerf. So just let the boost come back and make sure you ram it into him pretty quick. If he does manage to get the beam off, try and get the truck behind like one of these pillars. Otherwise you're screwed. The truck will break pretty easy. I would say save at least one Aether Shroud for this phase specifically, so that if the truck does break, you can Aether Shroud and not get just absolutely wrecked by the beam. But again, you should just be able to use this boost over and over. If you get the timing down, this is probably the easiest phase of the fight. He'll still shoot rockets, so it's always a good idea to kind of keep moving. I mean, it should be just about every other boost that you're going to get rockets sent at you. So, yep. Now here comes the rockets again. Boost again.
Succumb to his will, or become like these wretches.
That was close. I got sideswiped by a zombie there. Here comes the rockets again, so I'm gonna move a lot while waiting for the boost to come back. Alright, probably one more, and then we'll go into the final immune phase. Yep, now he's going into the Beyblade Let It Rip phase. The beam should spawn, like, immediately in this phase. So just kind of hightail it for that. I'll back up, make sure I can get high enough. So in the final phase, you'll probably have to do it twice. Oh, maybe not. Alright. And that's it. So the boss... The driving and the dodging, it does take a little bit of practice. The best way to practice is obviously just continuously do it, get really good at running the Easter eggs so that getting back to the boss doesn't feel like such a chore, because you can get pretty confident in your ability to get to the boss, and then eventually you'll be really confident in your ability to kill the boss.
Calling to you.
I'll mute myself for the cutscene here.
Listen. Remember. Feel. Restore. What are you? A weaver of the fabric of this place. From the memories it contains. I have always been here. I am a shadow smith. You have what was taken. The bonds that imprisoned me are undone. We are both free. Faran al-Aknafir Achari.
Well, I trust we shall find more of these beasts for the rest of us.
It is not safe to linger here. He will know his pet is gone. He will investigate. I have folded the Dark Ether. Made a pocket in which you can hide. I will send you there.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so yeah, that is the Easter egg done solo. I know they're going to change this, but on the chance that you're doing this before they change it, make sure you hit continue if this is your first completion. You're going to get a lot of goodies. You'll get Perkaholic, which is always nice. They'll drop a bunch of weapons, a bunch of Pack-a-Punch crystals to triple pap your weapons. Also, my game's bugging out. This happened to me earlier, too. My movement gets all messed up. But these will just triple pap your weapons. You also get some legendary ethereal tools. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. Earlier when I did this, too, my game bugged out where my movement got all messed up. I don't know why that happens. Just make sure, though, you come over and interact with this so you can unlock the ability to look for relics. And then you can go ahead and extract on the next available round. My movement's all bugged out, though, so I might just die. So I'm going to have to make it to round 21 to extract, which I'll still try to do, but none of my stuff is working, and I don't really know what's causing that, so that's fun. But yeah, this guide should work even in multiplayer. I think a lot of the actual Easter egg steps are easier in multiplayer because you've got someone to run a zombie around while you're out grabbing stuff, getting keys, all that good stuff. The boss fight is genuinely just harder in co-op, though. Co-op, multiplayer, whatever the case is, it just has more health. It takes longer to kill. The longer you're in that fight, the more likely you're going to lose, more or less. But when I've done it, I've only done it in 2-player and solo. For 2-player, I'll just have the other person like sit in the turret the whole time and focus on shooting the boss. Because in solo, you can swap to the turret and like shoot him, and the car's gonna be, for the most part, okay. When you're playing in multiplayer, the car will get messed up pretty quick if you stop moving while his like vulnerable spot is open. So whoever's shooting, try and shoot the opening. Whoever's driving, kind of just like try and drive in a outer, wider circle on the edge of the map. And keep moving just slowly so that the car doesn't get beat up by all the zombies and the Reavers or the Reapers or whatever they're called. Okay, let's see if my movement will allow me to go exfil. Yeah, I don't know if it's my keyboard or if it's just something about completing the Easter egg. This happened earlier when I helped somebody. It just got weird.
We'll be taking one.
This is going to be a pretty easy exfil, especially if it spawns before this insta-kill is done. Yeah. Triple papped Wonder Weapon with insta-kill on that bear at round 21 is no problem. Alright, so successful exfil. You don't have to exfil. You'll get the rewards regardless, but so solo, that took me about an hour and 27 minutes. Might have been a little bit faster if I wasn't going a bit slower to kind of explain things. I'm definitely not a speedrunner by any means. There's some people out there who are crazy fast at this Easter egg. So if you're looking at improving the efficiency of your solo runs, I would recommend watching those speedrunners and just kind of seeing how they route and the little tricks that they can do. I know there's a way to like finish the lightning zombie step without having to like re-proc the lightning. You can get all 3 done solo at once. I haven't been able to figure that out yet, but yeah, all in all, I hope this is helpful to people still trying to complete this Easter egg, especially those of you who are trying to do it solo. I really do hope this is helpful in some way. Leave some comments if you've got any tips or tricks for players who are also trying to complete it. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.